Remember to drink water and eat food while you're drinking alcohol so you can make sure to have a good time. There's nothing more in life I hate more than marking tests, even when it's not that many at once. It's just an absolutely excruciating experience. I was just talking to Nolan, as I'm sure you know. If you don't think I'm being too rude here, since it's clearly none of my business. But there were some things about our conversation that jumped out at me, and I really wanted him to be happy. Seemed like there were some things that he just wasn't quite sure how to bring up with you. I'm sorry, that's not too presumptuous of me, is it? I know I haven't been the nicest to you, I'm sorry. It really is just jealousy, and I'd like to apologize for that. What? I just still don't trust her at all. Man, he's my boyfriend, and even still, I only get like every other word out of his mouth. So everything's cool then, she says publicly, so everybody knows. These motherfuckers. Wish me luck. I'm gonna try talking to Akira. Maybe I can get him to listen to reason. Listen to reason. What an asshole. Okay. It's fine, bro. I know you don't really have it in for me. Yeah, she does, my dude. She really did want to know what you two were talking about. I know things between you were not so great. Yeah, everything's cool. What's more there to say? I was actually curious myself. What was the name of the book you were telling Mr. Rook about the other day? The literacy level isn't as bad as some people like to exaggerate it to be. But somehow that doesn't help when you're evaluating answers like the lady's problems were that marriage was necessary and Cicero's cross-dressing identity mistaken. Digital Shinigami by Erika Yamazaki. Thank you, Taylor. I'm pretty sure that's not a sentence, at least not in any language I speak. How the fuck do you even begin to mark something like that? They're not all that bad. Well, most of them are, actually. Charlotte's answers are at least comprehensible, but that's just because she's writing what I said in class, verbatim in places. I end up upping everyone's marks up so much that the average is a low 80. If everyone's having trouble, that means it's my fault. No need for them to suffer for that. I mean, that's also like just how college works, so don't give yourself too hard of a time, my dude. Well, I was responsible for screwing things up between us. I wish I had let him go sooner instead of just clinging on to him for selfish purposes. It was a very me thing to do. You just talked about him now, mostly. It sounded like you two are doing really well. Even though he's obviously not interested in you sexually, at least he finally has a friend again. I know he was feeling really desperate for one when he traded me for you. This bitch. Thank you. I didn't know you're into those types of stories. This motherfucker, I swear to God. Sigh. Bruh. He's a hard boy to coax things out of. Don't worry about it too much if he didn't want to tell you about that. You have to understand that He just tries very hard not to be vulnerable, except to the people he's very closest to. There's a lot you don't know about me, Kendall. I hope she says in like a friendly, playful way. I'm really worried about this whole Taylor and Nolan thing. What do you think? I'd ask Kendall, but she just exaggerates everything. But should I be worried? I don't know. Wish I could help you, but this is a little out of my reel of understanding realm. I can't say I have any experience with either boys or straight girls. What do you think? Is there really cause for concern? Okay, I will be handing back your tests at the end of the period. But he's not a straight boy. He's like a questioning boy? Maybe? The class average was about 83, so good work, everyone. For the last unit before the independent study and exam review, I'm going to give you something much easier than the last few have been. That's not how. Okay, God. Sleepy Kendall is sleepy. I know you're all exhausted. So now we're going to be taking a look at some short stories, specifically Edgar Allan Poe. It shouldn't take more than half an hour to read the first. Once you're all done, there's a couple questions that I'll put up on the board to answer. Excuse me, but they're all very straightforward. This isn't going to be strenuous. I let them go to reading. Everything sucks. Oh, Nolan. Really didn't have any intention of presenting this as being easy, but given the abysmal test scores, I think I need to restrain myself. They're clearly all struggling. Yes, but why are they struggling? As I copy out the easier questions I prepared last night, that's all I can think about. Maybe this just isn't my week, is all. Maybe it's just not their week. The class seems as stressed as I am. Oh my god. Shitty. Everything is shitty. Oh no, but something happened with the boys. What's wrong, bro? Well, I never did expect this to be an easy job. Damn it. Right? This is like the 2D precursor to Life is Strange. There's just like so much fucking drama. Except it's also weird because you're like playing one of the teachers instead of one of the like fellow kids. So like you shouldn't be in the drama, but you are for some reason. Somehow, when my prep period arrives, I find myself forced into the classroom again. I've got to talk to that teacher who keeps using the office for frivolous things with absolutely nothing to do. Just have to bring myself to do something hard. Shit sucks. Are you gonna break up with Nolan because you didn't actually talk to actually Nolan about his feelings, so you just assumed his feelings? Because I bet that's what you're gonna do. At least this time I don't feel bad about spending the entire time checking up on my students' Amiibo Connect pages. It's not like I have anything better to do. Though I certainly wonder about the classes they're in right now. I'm pretty sure they should have better things to do. At least I'm not the only one whose class they chat through. Somehow that makes me feel at least a little bit better knowing that. Oh god, this is something I really wanted to say in person, but, well, couldn't. Sorry, you deserve better. I've been holding on to you selfishly. I like you so much, but I didn't realize that part of my love means letting that person do what... Didn't realize that part of love means letting that person do what makes them truly happy. But you're straight. This can't work. I've been a shitty person for thinking it could, and getting in the way of you and Taylor just for my own selfish whims. I'm sorry. Really sorry. You should go back with her like you obviously want to. I fucked up, bro. Sorry. At least forgive me. I just want you to be with someone who makes you happy. Akira, only a little bit though. They're not really much to feel great about. What the hell is going on here? That's what I said. Next morning. Taylor, you're an asshole. Oh, here comes the totally a Shinigami, you guys. My walk to school is quiet as always. Choo choo choo. Wheat thins are delicious. I'm really grateful that I'm not in the middle of a terribly busy neighborhood. I can just take side streets all the way there. Or not. I arrive The music is weird. What the fuck? Did Taylor put you up to this? What's going on? Of course I like you. Where is this coming from? Never mind. I can see you're ignoring me. I'm coming over. Good. What's wrong with Akira? He seems absolutely awful, but I don't know what's up, and he won't say. Is he okay? No idea. He won't tell me either. I hope so, sis. I hope so. It's just not like him. What the fuck? Stay away from my boyfriend, you crazy bitch. I get to clearing up my desk and getting. I was just excited that he called him his boyfriend. Um, and getting my notes ready for class. I've been there for only a few minutes when there's a knock on the door. Strange. It's open. That never happens. I turn to look as an unfamiliar woman walks in. Miss Yamazaki. Excuse me, are you Mr. Rook? The office told me I could find him here. That's me, John. But you have me at a disadvantage. What? Her temper seems short. Never mind. How can I help you? I'm Ishigo Yamazaki. I understand that you're my son's homeroom teacher? Oh, so you're Akira's mother? One of them. Yes, that's right. Maybe you can explain something to me then. Does this school not have strict policy about bullying? Yeah, of course. Maybe you can explain why my son immediately locked himself in his room when he got home last night. Maybe you can explain why I had to deal with his poor boyfriend knocking at our door in tears. Do you just not care about bullying when it's gay students? Is that it, Mr. Rook? Because I am certainly not paying tuition for teachers to be homophobic. Whoa, no, please calm down. She's about to accuse me of being homophobic. And I know that Akira broke up with Nolan, but what does that have to do with me? I have no idea. For what it's worth, I thought Akira and Nolan's relationship was extremely helpful and encouraged it. That's a lie, of course. I completely failed to encourage it. I don't think that's the right thing to say right now. But I'm not responsible for them breaking up. It's hard for both, but that's just part of being a teenager. It's out of my control. Do you know why they broke up, Mr. Rook? Because Taylor's the worst. No, this is actually the first time I heard of it. I can think of at least one reason why. But I can't admit to that. She never said anything to him in front of me. He never told me about her messages. As far as I should know, it didn't happen. Maybe you should be paying better attention. Kira showed me a series of harassing messages that this girl Taylor had sent. It's completely unacceptable. And yesterday she cornered him at lunch to tell him that, quote, a fag like him could never make Nolan happy, unquote. And that he was being selfish for dating a straight boy. Can you imagine how hurtful that must have been? This is completely unacceptable. What are you going to do about this? She said, what? Okay, that is most definitely grounds for dealing with her. As shocked as she seems to be, that's absolutely appalling. I'm as shocked as she seems to be. I never thought Taylor would stoop that low. Really? Really? Is that really what what you think, John. John's a fucking idiot. That's far, far worse than I had imagined. Really, I was contemplating that she might stab either Nolan or Akira because she's gross. At least she was subtle in her messages, but that's appalling. I can't believe she'd... Miss Yamazaki, you have my utmost assurances she's not going to go without reprimand. It's not acceptable. I promise you, ma'am, I will straighten her out. We do have a strict anti-bullying policy, and I'm personally shocked and offended by her actions. And that's the truth. I should hope so. I just want to make it perfectly clear. I don't want to be antagonistic. Akira likes you and says you're a good teacher. But if I ever hear about her doing this to either my boy or Nolan again, then she'll be expelled. I'll see to it personably. I just keep getting worse and worse. Drinking alcohol is fun. It's not okay. That's the bottom line, Miss Yamazaki. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I have to get to work now, but I'll be keeping up. You seem decent enough. I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances. No, it's okay. She turns to leave. Why would I stop her with one more question? What one more question would I have? She leaves, there really being nothing more to be said. I will definitely have a very long conversation with Taylor. Tough words from me, talking about having her expelled. I have no idea what that process is like, but tuition here isn't exactly cheap. Probably be very difficult. Not that Taylor knows that. It's a good threat anyway. I really hope it won't come to testing it. Right? Here, hold on. Do we want to see if we can time travel? Okay, let's time travel. Wait, Miss Yamazaki? She turns back to face me. Yes, Mr. Rook? How are they doing? Is Akira doing better? I'm glad you asked. Oh, okay. They're back together, if that's what you mean. Akira was feeling vulnerable, but Nolan, the sweetheart, stayed over all night to make sure he was okay. I think he's doing a lot better now. Oh, I'm so glad we time traveled. We rewrote the canon. This is the new canon. Nolan was furious, though. He was holding in a lot of, when he said what Taylor had said. For Akira's sake, he was trying to be brave, but I worry about him. That's rough. He always seems sensitive about the subject, too. Oh, so you do understand. Well, I think he'll be just fine. They're a good influence on each other. Just please deal with Taylor before Nolan makes a rash decision. Seriously, though. I'm about to object, say that sounds awful threatening. But to be honest, if I had someone do that to someone I loved, I would probably do something stupid too. I'm not gonna hold it against either, so long as he doesn't act on it. I will. Thanks. Goodbye now. Bye. Tough words for me, talking about having her expelled. Right. Not that Taylor knows that, but what the fuck? What the fuck did she do? Nothing. It wasn't nothing. She tried to get back at me by harassing Akira. What the fuck? It was fucking horrible. That's a lot of fucks. They are teenagers then, so they're gonna swear a lot. I mean, to be fair, they're just humans. I also swear a lot, so. I go back to sit at my desk, trying to get my thoughts back in order. I'm gonna have to deal with Taylor later, of course, but I still have a class to teach today. Start to focus on that, reviewing my notes, just to be sure, as I get a hair in my mouth. That's fine. I feel Please leave. Okay, it's gone. Yes. Freaking cats. Nope. Oh my god, it was Taylor. Look at her wall. What does her wall say? Oh, just this. She just wants to have parties. And a boyfriend. And to pretend that she's a normal high school girl. I start to focus on that rhetoric. Hi, Mr. Brooke. Hey, Charlotte. She goes to sit down without saying another word. I guess you can probably tell that I'm stressed. Eventually, the rest of the class starts to file in. Though I'm really only interested in a certain pair who come in at the same time. Hey, the boys. Oh, they look sad. Oh my god, do you know what she actually did? I know Taylor can be bad, but I thought she was above abusing Akira just to get back with his boyfriend. Wait, Nolan? Akira? Hi, sir. What's up? Oh, I'm sorry about the uniform, but it's... Relax. Nobody cares about the dress code. That's not what I was gonna say. Oh. I heard about what happened. I'm gonna have some very strong words with her, so... Nolan, I know you're probably still angry, but let me handle it, okay? Fine. You're gonna deal with that bitch? I can tell he's holding in a lot of stronger words than that. He's probably more than a little embarrassed. He wants to be the strong man protecting his boyfriend, I imagine. But it is better if I deal with it. Easy. I'll talk to her, but you have to be calm. And Akira, next time there's something wrong, tell me right away, okay? Okay, sir. T.Y. You're a real bro. Oh, don't cry. You're welcome. I just wish you'd told me. I would have dealt with it sooner. So sorry you had to deal with that. T.Y., sir. These kids. Sit back down at the desk, watching Nolan comfort Akira before they take their seats. I've never seen either like that before. I can tell, beneath the calmness, Nolan's definitely angry. Can't imagine how he must be feeling. This must be the most goddamn emasculating experience possible, and I definitely feel bad for him. Hard to feel like a man when you have to get your boyfriend's mother to get your teacher to deal with your problems. There's no shame there, but I bet he thinks there is. Thank you for that sentence. I was very confused for a minute. It's gotta be painful. Lol, I guess not. She's such a fucking waste of air. How can someone be so bitchy? Taylor is trash, though, absolutely. Right? These darned kids. And their internet anagrams. Not anagrams. The other one. What is it called? I don't know. Goodbye words. Finally, the entire class arrives, and I get ready to start. Before I begin, Taylor? Please don't do this in front of the entire class. Yes, Mr. Rook? In my office, right after your last class. Is that understood? Okay. Good. Now on to that story you were all supposed to read last night. No, not 12 Chan. That's it for the day. Well, as far as classes go anyway. Alright. Could you ease up on Taylor a bit, please? I heard her more than anyone, but I don't really need a dozen posts on her wall talking about what a helpless victim I am. Okay, bro? Sorry, you're right. I'll stop. I guess that's not helping. I'm just so sorry. You really didn't deserve that. What you did was unbelievable. If there's anything that I can do that would be helpful, please let me know. Hugs. Trust me, bro, I will. Right now, I just want to be with my BF, okay? KK. Thank you! Abbreviations. That's a word. Thank you for the follow, Jels. Is what Nolan's saying true? That's really completely over the line. I know you didn't like Akira, but that's no excuse to be a bitch. Didn't you consider Nolan's feelings? No. Wanting to do this, emotionally abuse them. Whoa, she is spamming her thing. Basically. These kids. I'm really disappointed. Freaking loves Akira no matter what some say. Heart, that's really sweet. I'm sorry about Taylor. She was completely over the line. Oh, jeez, kids. That's it for the day. Well, as far as classes go anyway. Still not sure how to make or how I'm going to deal with Taylor yet, but I'm definitely going to make it clear that it's not or that's not to try this sort of bullshit again. Taylor's probably already on her way to my office right now. But first, we're gonna read some trash. Season 2, yay! Something I don't care about. It's probably gross, since it's based off 4chan, and the last 2, 3, whatever, have been gross, so just... Well, actually, the Sailor Moon question was kind of cool, but other than that, they were just bleh. Well, that's enough dawdling from me. Time to go. I'm probably missing, like, very important, like, plot elements or something that's, like, nuggeted in the 12 channel posts. But instead I'm just like, meh. Oh, hi, Mr. Rook. Hello. Why don't you have a seat? She sits down, trembling. What's this about? It's you needing to chill, my dude. Taylor, don't insult my intelligence. You know exactly what this is about. Oh, is this about Akira? What did he tell you? He seemed really upset at me for some reason, like he was blaming me for... Oh, hell no, you don't. I don't even want to hear what ridiculous story she's going to tell. I preempt her, deciding on my approach. How should I handle this? Okay, so she's used to having everyone be like gentle and nice with her. But also, lately, everyone's angry at her. So I don't know what to do. Fair enough. Yeah, let's give it a try. No. Ooh. That's not a good thing for a teacher to say, though. No, just shut up, Taylor. I'm not interested in the bullshit, okay? Damn. She seems taken aback. At least now I have her attention. It's about time someone stops putting up with her shit. She's been getting away with it because it's behind my back for far too long. I heard the whole story. With all given respect, what the hell is wrong with you? If I didn't know you better, I wouldn't have even believed it. This is the archetypal crazy ex-girlfriend story. You're a cliché. You're an insane cliché. How could you possibly be such an awful person to him? Did you just not consider his feelings? What could have been convinced you that harassing some poor boy into dumping his boyfriend was okay? Do you just not understand how horrible that is? I don't care. Fine, put his feelings ahead of mine. Let the girl cry, but rush in to defend the boy. I don't care about his fucking feelings. What do you even say to that? You can be mean to him, just don't use hate words. Wow, that's kind of sociopathic. Look, oh my god, he's such a bad teacher. If If you really want to be a crazy bitch, that's entirely up to you. Be crazy and unfeeling if you want, but I'm not going to put up with you hurting two young men like that. And if you keep this shitty attitude up, you're going to end up pissing off the wrong person. I'm nice. The worst I can do is have you expelled. Keep this up, you're going to piss off the wrong person, and they're not going to be nearly as nice. She goes quiet, realizing just how serious I am. Expelled is probably a big word when your father is paying for your expensive private school tuition. There's a long pause as I let that sink in with her. Well, that's retarded. That's bullshit. That's retarded. So what, Akira gets to be totally sheltered at my expense? What's that going to be like for him in the real world? Oh my god, are you an in real life internet troll, Taylor? He's not going to be able to go crying to his teacher for help there. Taylor, in the real world, what you've done is called harassment. Any employer would fire you on the spot for it. I'm being really accommodating here by giving you a second chance, and I don't have to. You could be expelled. I'm willing to do it. Come on. All you have to do here is be a decent human being and not treat a boy like shit. Is that hard? Is that really so hard when you'd get yourself expelled for it? She goes quiet. She can tell, I hope, that there's absolutely nothing she can say to dig her way out of this. She sighs, and she seems to swallow her pride. Fine, you're right, it's not. I know, just cut the shit, okay? I don't know what your problem is, but you're abusing the people around you, and it has to stop. Look, go home, Taylor. Just go home, think about what you've done, and then don't do it ever again. Just don't. That's all you have to do. It's not hard. The indignant look on her face is gone. Now she's just quiet. Just don't be a bitch, okay? That's all I'm asking. Don't be a bitch, and you won't get expelled. Don't say that, John. That's not the correct words. Simple. Okay. That's all. You can go. She walks away quietly, and I don't have a clue what she's thinking. Was I still too harsh anyway? Not harsh enough? I don't know. I really do not know. Guess that went as well as it possibly could. That night. I just heard the whole story. I thought you were just going to talk to him, not be the world's biggest jerk. That was way too cruel, Taylor. I hope you realize that. Been lying in bed for the past hour. I just can't get to sleep. Every time I started to drift off, all I can think about was how awful things went today. Just absolutely awful. For everyone. But before I continue, I should really check those messages. What? The indicator's blinking... What? Oh, okay. Do you have any messages, Isabella? Oh, dude, I have not checked any of my emails at all, ever. Student's tuition is not in good standing. You shouldn't spend any more time worrying about it. It isn't worth the effort. What the fuck? Who? Tell me, John Rook. She wants to know. Why? What? Why, John? Why? You could have saved her. You could have stopped her. There we go. I should be caught up enough now. Or worse. I get woken up by these creepy messages.